Hey everybody, it's Lori. I watched a video yesterday and I'm not really prepared for this. I forgot something. But anyway, you know me. I don't edit, I don't do any of this, and way back there behind me is a mess. But oh well. Okay, anyway, I was watching a video and they did a movie genre tag. So I thought it sounded cool, so I figured I would do it. One of their categories I'm not doing because I don't have any. And that was foreign films, even English films. I don't have. I don't have any. So, but I added one, two, three, four. I added four categories of my own. So I will try to remember who to tag. At the end. All right, here we go. I got to be kind of quiet because Dylan's doing his homework. Not, although he is doing his homework, but I'll have to be quiet. Okay, the first genre was action, and I said this was action. Dylan didn't kind of think it was at first, but anyway, I thought it was. So, The Warriors. Love that movie. Next is Adventure, and I couldn't think of any. I had to go over and look at my movies, and you can see on my Blu-rays, on those two shelves. I keep going the wrong way. Those two shelves are my Blu-rays, and in those boxes right there and down there are all of my DVDs. I put them in envelopes that you'll see several of them here in a minute because I don't have room to store all of my movies. I have way too many to have to put in the boxes. So anyway, as I was going through trying to come up with stuff to use for this, the next one was Adventure. And I picked Goonies. You don't get much more adventurous than trying to find One-Eyed Willie. So, the Goonies. Next is animation, and I added a side category to this one, even though I don't have it with me because I forgot to get it out of the box. Animation, my favorite animation is Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. I love this one. It's my favorite. And my favorite Disney, which was kind of like the subtitle thingy, is Beauty and the Beast. Okay, next is comedy. And I just think this movie's hilarious. White Chicks. Not a real big Wayans Brothers fan, like the Scary Movie and the spoof movies that they do, but White Chicks I thought was hilarious. But Terry Crews also made that funny. Next is drama, and I have Mud with Matthew McConaughey. Next is fantasy, and again, me and Dylan had a discussion about what we thought fantasy was and didn't think fantasy was. But this to me is fantasy, and that's Labyrinth. Sorry, it's sideways. Laura, get it together. There you go, Labyrinth. Rest in peace, David Bowie. Next is musical. Grease. Next is romance, and I have some rom-coms, which I guess I don't know what you would consider this one. I consider it a romance. I like this movie. I thought it was great. There's lots of great people in it. The Big Wedding. So, sci-fi. I like this one. I can't really think of a favorite sci-fi because I don't usually do sci-fi except for like movies like this one that I'm about to show you. Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. Can't go wrong. Big shark, big octopus. Debbie Gibson, Lorenzo Lamas. Can't go wrong, right? Well, you can. But I like it. What is next? Crime. And I had one on it that I didn't really... I don't have many crime dramas. I know most people's is Casino or Scarface. I've never seen Casino. Scarface was a bit much for me. So I had the bank job because I knew it was a crime, obviously, about doing a bank job. And I had Jason Statham. But Dylan pointed out that this could also be considered a crime drama because they're doing bad things. Killing people. So that's a crime. So, anyway, I know I've talked too damn long. Red 2. Next is Thriller. And I struggled with this one. I struggled with all of these, or 90% of these. I just recently saw this. I've had it for years, but I just recently saw it like in the last year or so. And that is North by Northwest, Cary Grant. Next is the teen movie. One of my all-time favorites. Will always be in my top 10. Probably my top 5. Dazed and Confused. Soundtrack is... You don't get much better than the soundtrack. Superhero. I was going to put Deadpool, and I thought, yeah, he's funny as hell, but my favorite of all time, gotta be Superman. Christopher Reeve, rest in peace. Gotta love Superman. Chick flick, which this Dylan would have picked for his musical, but I picked it for my chick flick, and that's Mamma Mia. Martial arts. Thank goodness for Dylan, because I didn't have squat. I mean, I have this one, but I couldn't think of anything. I kept thinking, I have Steven Seagal movies, but they're not martial. I mean, he does martial arts, but they're not martial arts movies. I have Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, a couple of them. He does martial arts, but still not really a martial arts movie. So thank goodness for Dylan. Three Ninjas. I love this movie. I just, awesome movie. Next is a war movie. Again, I don't have many war movies. I thought about The Alamo, but it's kind of a war movie, but it's kind of not a war movie. It's part of a war, but it's not a war. I don't know. Anyway, I picked this one. Operation Petticoat. Cary Grant, again. You'll notice I have lots of Cary Grant movies. I'm a big Cary Grant fan. That's the one where they paint the submarine pink. Okay, Horror 2. And again, Dylan told me that what I had was not really a horror movie, but it is my all-time favorite movie of all time, so I added that at the end. So, my favorite horror film is Friday the 13th, Part 2. It's the first one where Jason kills anybody. Spoiler alert, for those who don't know. Haha. Most people know that. Except the girl that got killed in Scream, because she said Jason killed in the first one. And it wasn't him, it was his mother. So she got killed. I know, I'm rambling. I'm almost at 8 minutes. This one I like because it's the first movie. Actually, it's not the first. I like this one because of the wheelchair kill scene. I mean, that's pretty much it. I know there's earlier movies that have people in wheelchairs killed, kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but he deserved it. He just was annoying as all hell. So, Friday the 13th, Part 2, favorite horror film. And then here are the 4. Oh, crap. Oh, okay, 4. That I added because I didn't do the foreign. But I figured it needed more categories. Just because. So, my favorite documentary is Crystal Lake Memories. The complete history of Friday the 13th. This is my favorite film franchise of all time. I am sorry. I'm yawning. I've been up a while. Holiday film. We watch this every year. Dylan says we don't, but we do. So, y'all can't see Dylan. He's over here trying to do homework. Listening to me, kind of rolling his eyes, I'm sure. Anyway, my favorite holiday film, if we were doing like the little 30-minute specials, that would be 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, the one about the mouse who messes up the clock and Santa doesn't come to their town. But for movie, when Dylan was in, I want to say pre-K, the class took them to the IMAX and they saw this movie in 3D, and it was just awesome seeing the little kids watching this movie in 3D. And that is The Polar Express. Okay, next is Western, and I consider this a Western. It takes place in the Old West. Sorry. And that is You can't see it because it's on there, but anyway, it's Tombstone. And last but not least, my favorite movie of all time. And we're almost at 10 minutes. We're going to go just over 10 minutes. And that is Jaws. Love it. Not much more I can say about it. Favorite of all time. This is my most prized possession. A friend of mine gave me the digibook. So that's it. Whoever wants to do this can do this. I would like to tag WrestleManiac 1130, Dr. I always forget his thing, and I talk to him all the time. Mike, I think it's Dr. Movies 91. I hope. Blu-ray Outlaw, Friday the 14th. Anybody that wants to do it, any of the Blue Limit Soldiers, anybody that wants to do this can do this. Skyla, James. Okay, I'm almost at 11 minutes. So I'm going to quit. Let me know what you think. I'd love to see what y'all think. Like to see what y'all want to do, what your favorites are. Okay, thanks. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye. Mwah.